Soren Dusk, Tassel. The chipped porcelain felt cool against my palms as I polished it. Another teacup for old man Hemlock. He liked things just so. I am Soren Tassel, though most call me Dusk, and I've been a maid at Hemlock Manor since I was barely a man. Not a natural occupation, perhaps, for someone with my build, but Hemlock pays well, and a man needs to eat. The manor sits on a hill overlooking the valley, perpetually shrouded in mist. Today, however, the mist held something else, a figure. A young woman, cloaked and hurried, requesting shelter. Old man Hemlock, ever the miser, initially refused. But then she offered him a story of a lost inheritance, of stolen jewels, and a hidden map. And Hemlock, despite his gruff exterior, is a sucker for a good tale, especially one involving treasure. Hemlock, fueled by greed, immediately tasked me with assisting the woman AIart. She called herself in deciphering the map. The map itself was old, brittle, drawn on what felt like tanned skin. Each symbol was a riddle, each line a potential path. AIart, despite her delicate appearance, possessed a sharp mind, and we spent hours poring over it in the dusty library. The tension grew with each passing day. Hemlock became increasingly irritable, his eyes constantly darting towards the map. He hinted at a larger share of the treasure, promised me riches I'd only dreamt of. But something about AIart felt off. Her smiles didn't reach her eyes, her stories shifted like sand. I started to investigate, discreetly questioning the villagers, searching for any mention of a woman fitting her description. What I found chilled me to the bone, whispers of a notorious con artist, known for preying on the wealthy and leaving a trail of broken men in her wake. I confronted AIart in the manor's abandoned greenhouse, the glass panes rattling in the wind. She didn't deny the accusations. Instead, she simply laughed, a cold, brittle sound. She admitted she'd fabricated the story of the inheritance, that the map was a forgery, a carefully crafted illusion. Her goal wasn't treasure, but Hemlock's prized collection of antique clocks he'd spent a lifetime accumulating. She was planning to sell them on the black market, disappear with the profits, leaving Hemlock ruined. Hemlock, overhearing the confession, burst into the greenhouse, brandishing a rusty gardening trowel. A struggle ensued, clumsy and desperate, amidst the decaying plants and broken glass. The trowel slipped from Hemlock's grasp, clattering to the floor as AIart pushed him with unexpected force. He stumbled backwards, crashing into a fragile display of porcelain dolls, shattering them into 1,000 pieces. And then, silence. Hemlock lay motionless amongst the shattered porcelain, a single crimson stain blossoming on his chest. AIart, her face pale but composed, stared down at him with a chilling detachment. She hadn't intended to kill him, she claimed, just to incapacitate him. But the fall, coupled with a pre-existing heart condition, had proved fatal. She demanded I help her dispose of the body, threatening to implicate me in her scheme if I refused. The weight of the situation pressed down on me, suffocating me. I, Soren Tassel, a simple maid, was now an accomplice to murder. We buried Hemlock in the rose garden beneath the tangled thorns and fading blooms. The scent of roses, once a comfort, now felt like a morbid shroud. But even as we covered the earth, I knew this wasn't over. The manor felt different, haunted not by Hemlock's spirit, but by the growing dread of discovery. The authorities arrived 2 days later, alerted by a concerned neighbor. They searched the manor, questioning AIart and me relentlessly. AIart, a master manipulator, spun a tale of accidental death, painting Hemlock as a frail, eccentric old man prone to falls. She even managed to cast suspicion on me, hinting at a secret rivalry, a long-held resentment. But the evidence, though circumstantial, began to pile up against me. A misplaced glove, a faint scent of roses on my clothes, a nervous tremor in my voice. I confessed, broken and defeated, shielding AIart from any blame. They took me away, the clanging of the prison doors echoing the shattering of porcelain. As I sat in my cell, stripped of my dignity, I realized the porch swing promises of a better life, of escaping the drudgery of my existence, were nothing more than a cruel illusion. All that remained was the cold, harsh reality of my ruin, and the lingering scent of roses, a constant reminder of my fatal complicity.